Hello, everybody, and welcome to Coin Ops, Consoles, Pinball, the show of shows, a good time for all. And I just got a notification that Mr. Postile went live. So if you're watching here on my channel, switch over and check out Mr. Poe channel. If you're checking out Mr. Postile's channel, go over and check out Off Grid Arcade. I think the only one that we haven't got linked up yet. Hello, Derek. I think the only one we haven't got linked up yet is Mike Seavey's gaming headquarters or the Gaming Road Warrior. And we'll keep you posted as that happens. Matter of fact, I forgot to ask him. I don't even know if it's there yet. So when we bring him on, we'll know. But let me get started with the introductions of our members here tonight. The first guy I want to introduce, the only way this guy will ever get laid is to crawl up a chicken's butt and wait. It's Mr. Postile.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Now, where's that chicken?
Our next member can be attributed to the reason the middle finger was invented. Bart, Off Grid Arcade.
Sounds accurate.
And this last guy's thinking, did he save the best for me? No, our next member. And finally, the guy we'd all like to agree with. But then we realized we'd all be wrong. Mike Seavey is the gaming headquarters, the Gaming Road Warrior.
Hey, everyone.
That's it with my nonsense, everybody. Say hello, everybody.
Hey.
Hello.
I got to go back to the chat because I was
I'm
over
going to start running through some of these people that have posted in here.
Hey, Chaos. Hey, Hollywood Polo Champagne Room.
I
Oh,
don't know who this
Johnny
guy
the
is.
Great Gamer's here.
That's one
Nice.
of my buddies there. I love watching Sean. He's great.
Yep. Nice.
Awesome grids. Yep. There's Sean the Great Gamer. Good to see you, buddy.
Oh, Derek. And, of course, Chaos.
Chaos. I got in late. I got a late night. Last night I was up late, and I just happened to see Chaos was live. So I went over and watched Chaos live. Check out Chaos live. It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. So, what's up, guys? I'm going to start right to my... Which way are you? Oh, you're over there. I'll start with Bart. What's up? What's going on?
Oh, not a lot. Well, Derek hit it on the head for me. I am in the hot box. It was a nice, balmy 92 degrees here today in Southwest Texas. And, this arcade room gets a little toasty. So I'm just sitting here in the air conditioning, trying to stay cool. But, just another long week of work. I know Poe doesn't quite work as much as I do, but I have Saturday and Sunday where I got to work. So it's pretty brutal. Today was Friday, so I'm all good. But yeah, just looking forward to hanging out, and talking with you guys. So
What's the temperature down there in Texas?
What was 92 earlier? I don't have a thermometer in here because that would just bum me out. But I think it was 90, flat 90 when I came out here to fire up the air conditioner and get the thing ready to go. That's part of the reason I don't have any of the games turned on. It just would make it even hotter in here.
Yeah, it made it in the upper 80s here in Peculiar, Missouri. So it definitely got hot. Let's pass it down to Poe. Poe's back up in the east, upper east, wherever. Is it hot, cold? What are you doing? Tell us
In
something.
between. We're in the 60s today. We got colder there the last couple of weeks. We had rain for like 10 days straight. Then they kind of tricked us. You know, we got nice and warm for like 2 days with lots of sun. And then today it started raining again. So, but I had to go to work today anyway. So if my Sunday's spoiled, then everybody's Sunday should be spoiled, right?
I agree.
Sure.
I came home and the whole family was just laying around laughing at me working, you know. And so I came home and gave them all a kick and came out to the garage and started the show.
Mike, how you doing? What's going on the other side of the country?
Doing good, Greg. Well, it's kind of slow around here. And Yeah, it's been kind of raining, even though we should have had like a lot of sun over here. So I'm kind of getting sick of the rain. Wish it'd be kind of dry here for once, but can't help that.
And other times I've been in that part of the country, it's always green though.
Yeah.
You
Lots of
beautiful
greenery.
country, yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to where Bart's at, where there's brown.
Yeah. Not we ship all of our green up to the Northwest.
Hey,
Yeah.
real quick, I'm just going to start out with. Oh, go ahead, Bart.
We are actually getting a little bit of green out there because the desert brush and stuff. It likes it in the spring, and we have a couple of months where it kind of greens up here before it starts to rolling back into too hot for the plants and then into too cold for the plants. But it's not too bad.
Nice.
It's warm enough now for the snakes to be moving around, all right.
Yeah, I got to be a little more careful out there.
Yeah, I just wanted to say real quick, since Derek's in the chat right now, and we got quite a few people in the chat. And Derek, if you don't mind, I hate to put you on the spot. I didn't ask you ahead of time. Derek, I hope the other guys don't mind. I kind of named him our technical support guy with our Discord manager. And Derek, I know you've got a perma link now to our Discord, and it's starting to get some good activity. I've seen we're starting to have a lot of fun on there. So if Derek wouldn't mind putting that link up there, if not, if he's unable to, I will make sure that when this video is over for playback, I will put it in the description, as well as I know it's in Bart and mine's permanent comment or description on our videos that we've been putting out lately. So you can check one of our channels out, and usually shows up on some of our regular pre-recorded videos. So I want to thank Derek, though, for his hard work. Hadn't asked for anything in return. He's got a beautiful setup for us. One cool thing that I want to mention, and I want to try this with you guys. I want to play that Tray Racers with you guys. I know we've talked about all the stuff that we've been playing, but I think that's a simple enough game that our simple minds could do that and maybe try to communicate on Discord at the same time. Because Nintendo, as much as I'm a Nintendo Switch guy, Nintendo sucks for communication while trying to play on that app they got. And I think Bart and I have tried that Discord already, and man, it's like candy, man. It's sweet.
Yeah. I'm down.
Yeah, I want to try that too.
Sure.
I'm looking forward.
Either any of you want to say anything about the Discord? Any likes, dislikes, or what you've noticed that is an advantage to you? No more Dreamsicle.
Yeah, I like the Discord because, the four of us, for people that don't know, the four of us have a chat and text, and we talk every day and have a good time. But in Discord, it's kind of the same thing where you can chat with people, and some people that we don't text directly, and then you can still send direct private messages too amongst people if you got something that you just want to tell. If I want to tell Poe, hey man, you had a booger hanging out your nose in your last video, but don't want to blast it out to everyone, I can tell him in a private message. I would never say that here on the show or anything, but Poe, you might I'm just saying, but it's up there. I do like the Discord because you have the multiple ways, the public chat, and the way Derek set it up for us with the pinball, the Switch, the tournaments. They all have their own little areas that people can talk about what's going on. And the side tournaments seems like it's pretty busy, so that's always fun to talk smack in there. But that's what I like about the Discord. Oh, what do you like about the Discord?
What I like about it is now, instead of just have.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, he's froze.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I have everybody can make fun of me all together in a chat now. Everybody that watches and everything. So it's nice having that.
Yeah, you got roasted pretty good today, didn't you? For anyone that's not on the Discord channel, there's your reason to join. Poe got roasted today. It was coming at him from like 6 different people. So
And correct me if I'm wrong. I've seen some people you can't put a big video up, but I think you can put like a short up. You can upload a certain amount of video that can be shown. And
Yeah.
what was the other thing? Oh, I attempted this one day, and I think a couple of you guys jumped in. I live streamed. I set up my capture card and everything, and live stream some gameplay to the Discord. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Speaking of putting up videos on there, Champagne Room here, he's talking about the What About Poe. But the Champagne one, he put a video on that Discord, and for people that don't know, and all you that do, Champagne Room, he won our big tournament. But Greg, you can appreciate that. His video today, he showed himself doing a stellar move where his ball drained, and then he had a ball save, but he walked away because he was so disgusted for losing the ball, so the ball save drained also. So even Champagne Room, and he posted it because he's a brave man, and he'll take it. But yeah, so that's funny stuff, and that's a cool thing too. You can put a little clip when you do a bonehead move and let us all laugh at you, and we laugh with you. That's what it is. We were laughing with them.
Yes.
Mike, have you tried it much? Have you tried the Discord? I haven't seen you on there a whole bunch.
No, not really. It's just I'm kind of unfamiliar with it, so I probably need to kind of look up what to do. Yeah, I don't even use Discord when I'm playing Call of Duty, so I should play around with it more.
There's a couple other groups I belong to on there, but I've basically muted them because I'm having so much fun with this group of ours on there, and I do enjoy seeing Champagne Room on there. And let's see, who else? One of the recent ones that just joined was who did you mention earlier, Bart?
Classic Rock King. He
Classic
posted-
Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, matter of fact, I was making a little fun earlier. Let me find that. I guess this would be a good time to say real quick. Last week I started a tournament during the show. We'll start another one tonight. I'm not going to go in the other room and set it up. The video feed worked horrible from in there anyway. I'll just announce a table that we're going to play. But anyway, we played Whitewater, and doggone. Sorry about this. Champagne Room, but Classic Rock King kicked your butt. 498 million to 346 million. So it goes to show you our reigning champion can be put down a notch.
Yeah. He put it right there in the chat. He knew where that was headed, Greg.
Yeah, I lost track of the chat.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the cool thing with pinball. You never know. At any time, someone can just throw out an amazing game, and that's why I like those tournaments, because even tables that you're not good at, somehow you'll have a ball that's just ungodly, and you're like, what just happened? And then usually I come back to life, and my next 20 games all suck. But every once in a while.
I lost track of the chat, but did Sean the Great Gamer had something, but I missed it. It slowed past me. Maybe you already had it up there. I hate to push these buttons because Bart's handling the chat and I'll mess it up. I'll see if I can read it just up.
Go ahead. My hands are clear.
Okay, let's see. I just want to see what Sean had to say here because I couldn't read it on the smaller screen. There's not a pass down. Yep. I'll tell you what. I do enjoy the gaming leagues and the fun and the championship stuff. It's all good. It's all fun. I think he was addressing that to Hollywood Polo there. So, okay, pull that down. Anyway, sorry, I just saw you posted something there and I couldn't read it. Okay, and then we did a Kong tournament too on Pinball FX, and it looked like Derek kicked Bart's butt. It was only 4 people in that one. No, Derek was in there. Oh, Derek beat Classic Rock King. Now that goes. Now see there, big turn here. 42 million for Derek, 34 million for Classic Rock King, 31 million for Off Grid, 28 million for G Parker, and Mr. Postile. Oh, that's okay. I won't read it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna make 8,631,000.
There's a tear in my beer.
Yeah. Hey, Snoochie Boochie's brother Savage. Good to
Savage.
see you.
Savage, what's up?
Hey, I just want to say I'm pretty sure in that Discord, I'm almost positive I saw this, but there's a strong chance I'm also making this up. That Derek said in that tournament when he got that 42 million, it was the 7-year-old neighbor kid that came over and was messing around on his machine. He didn't actually play it, so that's the rumor. I know it's the rumor because I just started it, but yeah, Derek is living proof that even people who are bad at pinball can win a tournament every once in a while. So don't give up hope. Don't give up.
Well, I'm going to share you with my story of something not to do, not something very, very stupid to do. In Whitewater, I ended up with 46 million. Poe had 71 million. Off Grid had 73 million. Of course, the winner, Classic Rock King, had 498 million.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, this is something just to warn you about. You're playing the game, right? And you get to the end of the game. You know, your last ball is out. And I don't know what posed me to do this, but rather than finishing, just waiting until it's the match is over and all that, you know, the little match thing at the end and all that, I don't know what possessed me to hit the button on my cabinet that takes you to the menu, and I went and looked at the leaderboards to see where my score, because I did. Now, you can believe me or not, I did beat Bart's 73 million score. Oh, best night. But what happened is when I went to go back out of that, instead of hitting return to game, I hit exit game, and it didn't log my score.
Oh, I got to remember that.
So you guys need to be careful, because I really did. Now, I was going to sit here and call foul and say, you know, on this tournament, of course, it didn't matter. Classic Rock King came up with 498 million. But I actually had, but I got no proof of that. I wasn't recording video. So it's not worth mentioning, other than to advise you that do not check the leaderboard until the game is completely over. Because if you back out from the leaderboard, you're screwed.
Oh boy. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What was he showing us? What's that? Your Bud Light? What was that? I didn't see what it was.
But
Bud Light, right?
The guy on the can. I wasn't trying to distract. I was paying attention to you, Gregory. I wasn't playing with my dolls and my Milwaukee's best.
It's all good. But I'll tell you what, I'm looking at the time. We've got some things we've got to cover. And Poe did put a little work in. So tonight, us hosts are going to take a second, take a seat back, and Mr. Poe has a presentation for us. Mr. Postile, could you please kind of let me know when you're ready for me to start, but just kind of give us a little insight about what we're going to see. I saw it. It looks great, but I don't know what the hell it's about.
Yeah, and hopefully I don't freeze up too much here, but one of the classics for the Atari 2600, at least one of my favorites, a lot of people's favorite, was Hero back in 1984. Great game. And that was John Van Ryzen made that for Activision. Love this game. This is my cartridge I've had since I was 11 years old. And he just made a game for the Atari VCS, the new VCS that came out a few years ago. And right now that game's exclusive to it. It's called Alien Abduction. He made this game, and it came out Friday. No announcement. It was just suddenly it was there for $8.99 for the system. So I downloaded it and played it, and I made a little video here about it. Little like announcement video. So that's it. Video speaks for itself, and of course the video is long-winded like I am. I wanted to make something nice and short, and surprise, I rambled on. So hopefully the video works. Hey guys, Mr. Postile here. How you doing? What do you think of when you hear the name John Van Ryzen? Well, probably nothing. What about if I said John Van Ryzen, Activision, 1984? Probably nothing again, unless you're a geek like me, a nerd that likes to pore over old facts about Atari, about Activision, and things about that great system, the 2600, back in the day. And he was the guy that made the most wonderful game. If you ever heard me talk about my favorite games of all time for the 2600, Hero And I saw this 1984. This came out, so we're talking the game crash happened in '83. I walked into a Kmart. I saw this great box art, this cartoony box art of this guy with a helicopter strapped to his back and everything. You flipped it around, and that's when you could actually grab a game and look at it, right? And you flipped it around, and you saw that all this stuff going on the screen. My goodness, I had to have this game, Hero. I bought the game, and it wasn't that expensive. Like I said, the crash had happened. We didn't know there was a crash happening, but wow. Just blew me away. I had to have it, and I did not regret it one bit. Loved the heck out of that game. And to me, easily top 10, easily top 5, easily top 2 games for the Atari 2600 back in the day. And I'll say it again and again. I am so glad I bought this. A lot of people never even knew it existed. They didn't stick with Atari at that time. A lot of people want this now. And if you go to price charting now, you'll see this is my loose copy. This is my original from childhood. Glad I still have it. $69.99 just for this loose now. Complete $264.11 is what it's going for. New, if you have this sealed in a box, everything inside, obviously, $759.50 for this thing. So I have this for this, and when I started collecting for the 5200, I had to get it. I have a copy for the 5200. Big chunky, mama, big chunky. So there you have it. And of course it looks nicer on the 5200. Still a great game on the 5200. I do not own it on the ColecoVision. Very expensive. Think double, triple the price here for the ColecoVision. I do have the ROM to play on my ColecoVision Phoenix. If you want to get this game loose, complete, new, you better be willing to sell your firstborn and your kidney, maybe both testicles, and everything else in that area from your package. But anyway, let's move on. This is supposed to be a quick video. It won't be. But loved the game. John Van Ryzen also went on to do other games, collaborations, things for the Super Nintendo, etc. I think Commodore 64, different computer systems, stuff like that. Hadn't heard much from him now in recent years. But if you follow me on my channel, you know that back in December, I bought an Atari VCS, the new one. And yeah, some people say this is, people don't like it, whatever. Probably people that didn't try it. I love Atari, all things Atari. I got this. I haven't even done my first impressions video on this yet. Shame on me. I'll get to it. Mostly I do my one retro video a week. And then I do everything on my PS5 just because it's so easy to stream from there. So I'll do retro games from my PS5 during the week. I'll do new games from my PS5. I need to set up and do this. It's just hard to find the time with my schedule. And I will. I'll do my first impressions. And I have a handful of games that I bought for this. One of those games, and this is what I'm getting around to, just came out when you're watching this 2 days ago. Friday, May the 5th, 2023, is from the great John Van Ryzen of Hero fame from 1984. We're talking 39 years ago he made that game, Hero. And now he brings to us Alien Abduction for the Atari VCS exclusive. It's an exclusive game, one of only maybe 2, 3 games that are exclusive to the Atari VCS. And Alien Abduction, there's not a lot to go by here. It came out Friday, suddenly, all of a sudden, I didn't know it was coming out. All of a sudden, hey, this game is available. He made it. It is kind of like a spiritual sequel, successor, something or other. Maybe. Is it in the same universe? Could be. Should be. Feels like it is. It feels like Hero 2.0. And you are going into a ship, a spaceship, to save the woman, the princess, the lady, the damsel in distress. And you have these powered jet boots. You can land on different levels. I don't even know all the moves yet. They tell you what to do, kind of. You can land on levels. There's certain things to do, certain things not to touch. I don't know everything yet. I'm learning it as I go. I didn't get a lot of gameplay into this yet. I love it! This is Hero 2.0 to me. There are 20 levels, 140 play screens, 16 obstacle types. Now, if you don't have an Atari VCS, unfortunately for you, You won't be able to play this yet. Now, eventually, maybe it'll come out on something like a flashback. Now, currently, Atari is not teaming up with At Games to do flashbacks. Now, they are teaming up with My Arcade to do certain things, coming out soon for pre-orders. So maybe they'll do something like that and put it on something from that. Maybe they'll do compilations. They're also, maybe the Evercade will come out with something that will have something like this added to it. We shall see. But for right now, Alien Abduction by John Van Ryzen. My goodness, the new hero for 2023 that we've been waiting for years is only on your Atari VCS. And you know what else? There's a modern controller for your VCS, and that is right here. I didn't bring it out here with me. It's just like your Pro controller for your Switch. It feels like your Xbox controller, kind of like your PlayStation controller. But you also can use, it's compatible with your retro joystick controller. And we're talking like what you played Hero with, right? You played with your original Atari joystick. Oh yeah, we got the feels here. You can play that with this mother fudger controller. So that is beautiful in my opinion. Atari VCS wireless joystick, USB charge and play cable can go right into this thing. It's also Bluetooth. And this thing is great. So I can play it with this. I can play it with the other thing. I'm going to play it with this. Look at that. It lights up. It's beautiful. I have two of these bad boys. I have two of the modern controllers. It's exciting to me because, like I said, Hero, my goodness, this and Atlantis on 2600 are just my favorite. I love you. I will never, ever get rid of you. I don't know what the little N sticker was on here. If you know that, let me know. But sorry, this was supposed to be short and sweet. But yeah, this came out, Alien Abduction, for $8.99, I do believe, on the VCS store. You download it to your VCS, and there it is. John Van Ryzen, where have you been for all these years? I thank you. Now, in the years following, we finally got a homebrew 2 years ago for the Intellivision. We finally, Carlos Madruga, and I have a video on that on my channel, came out with this, and it's beautiful. He came out, it's got beautiful sounds and music, and it looks beautiful on your Intellivision. So check out my videos for that if you haven't seen it. He has a 2600 version of it that you can also play on your Intellivision. It looks like the 2600 version, but his version is so much better looking and sounding. And he also put a Christmas version of it where you're Santa Claus saving the reindeer. So that's the great homebrew scene for the Intellivision. But we're talking about Alien Abduction. And there you have it. I know. I was supposed to be a short little thing here for our channel together with the guys, but this has been your little coin op and console corner by me, Mr. Postile. Back to the show. I could ramble on and on forever, but who would have thought it? 39 years later, a spiritual sequel, spiritual successor, direct sequel. I don't know. I don't know much about it. I know that I like playing it. I know that I'm terrible at it like I am at everything now, but when I was a kid, I kicked big booty at these games. All right, back to you, Greg, back to you, Off-Grid, back to you, Mike, not back to you, Poe, not back to you at all. This was great. If you have a VCS, get it.
Hey! Great video. Great video.
Fun game.
Yeah.
Cat,
Got anything more? Oh, Mike, you got anything more you want to say about that? Because well, go ahead, Poe. Any last minute thoughts on that? I thought it was a great video.
I did play it with the new joystick controller, and it felt right. I tried it with the modern controller, and it didn't feel as good. The new joystick controller is great for that thing, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm figuring it out because they didn't give you a manual, even a digital manual to go with. So you got to try to guess your way through the thing. So I'm having fun with it.
I think the thing I was impressed with the most is when you were showing that at the end, and you were talking about that joystick and how excited you were about it. You really did look excited about it while you were holding the joystick and moving it around. So I
It felt natural. And it's a new controller, so it's not sticky yet, Derek. Not yet. Chaos.
Chaos. Hey, I don't want to shift gears too fast because I think we came off something really good there. But I know the Gaming Road Warrior also has something he wants to present besides the beautiful cat that's running up there. But I know he's got to be somewhere in just a little bit. So you want to set us up for the little presentation you got for us? I know you got something that I'm going to add to the stream here. So give me a talk and tell me when you're set up on your end, and I'll add it.
Sure. Okay, let me get set up.
So Mike and Poe have both done a great job of putting together some stuff. While he's setting that up, I just want to tell you before I forget, I did a little video last night. Star Wars pinball tables are on sale through Epic right now for 33% off. So I was able to get all the Star Wars tables now. That's on Epic. I've decided to stay with Epic. I'm not going to bore you with why I'm staying with them now again. But anyway, want to make sure that information was passed along. Let me know when you're ready, Mike.
I'm ready.
Here you go. Take it away, Mike.
Space
All right.
Cadet. Yeah.
Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, for those of you who know this game, if you got a PC, Space Cadet 3D, I think it was like developed in 1995, and I kind of looked up some information on it. It was developed by Cinematronics and published by Maxis. So if you don't know who Maxis is, it's the people that did The Sims on the PC. So they're the ones that was involved in this game. But I remember back when I was a student going through school, I loved playing this on the computer. And, hopefully you guys played this game as well. I mean, it was pretty much you can get free off your PC. So let me start it up. And let's play just a little bit. Oh, dang it. Try again. Oh, no. That's it. Didn't do too well, but yeah, it's a great game. I mean, for those kind of like getting into pinball, if they just want to kind of try it, it's actually not bad. It was a pretty fun game. I liked playing it. I mean, but as far as like, PC games and stuff, it wasn't. I had something here I wanted to kind of share with you guys. Hold on. Well, anyways, kind of looked it up. It was part of an ad campaign during Windows 95 that this game was in development. And the guy that did it was David Stafford. And if you're unfamiliar with him, remember back during the MS-DOS days. So they were developing games kind of like this. But yeah, it's still, I went checked on Microsoft Store. They're still giving it away for free. You don't have to pay anything. I still consider it fun, compared to playing like Fishtails. I mean, if you want something better than Fishtails, I'd play this.
I don't know how we feel about Fishtails.
Unless you like Fishtails, go play that then. But yeah, that's what I'm sharing today. But it was kind of neat. I haven't played that game for such a long time. I think just when I was going through school, I remember playing it. Such a fun game.
My first pinball game was Pop-Up Pinball. Remember Pop-Up Pinball?
Oh, yeah.
I beat the living hell out of that thing. I ripped the little hats off of the guys and smashed that thing. My dad.
Oh. Yes, Bo? Hello.
When Poe
That's a good
reminisced
picture, though.
about
I like that still image of Poe. I'm going to capture
Yeah,
that.
I found out one thing. See, you could tell if he was faking or not. See if you took a drag off a cigarette.
Oh, he's back.
See, I froze up. That's what I get. That's what I get.
If I see him froze like I just did, and you see the smoke coming out, you know he's faking.
My dad was watching. He just came in and beat my ass again for retelling a story about smashing my pop-up pinball machine.
Excellent. Good stuff.
Sorry, Bart. Go ahead.
I do want to jump in real quick because Greg, you mentioned about the tables being on sale on Epic, and I stumbled across a deal for anyone that plays Pinball FX3 on Steam or on Windows. On that Humble, they got almost all of the tables. I'm going to post it in the comments. The link. It'll look like it comes from me and Greg, but Greg has nothing to do with this because he doesn't care about you people like I do. But
I don't.
they have most of the FX3 tables are on sale for 66% off. So you're talking some of those bundles are like $3, or less for 3 tables or whatever. So I just want to throw that out there also. It looks like we got a pretty good number of people in the chat, so now it seemed like a good time. We got people back from when after Poe was talking too long. But now that Mike got to play something, it brings people back in. We see how that works. Everyone knows where the real stuff is. But yeah, so if you play on Steam FX3 and you don't own all the tables, go check that out. Or on Windows if you play on Windows too, I guess. But yeah, that's what I wanted to throw out there real quick. Since you had mentioned the sale earlier, Greg. But
thank you. And I'm going to jump in real quick because I want to be time sensitive here to Mike. I know Mike. It looks like we're about 4 or 5 minutes out. That I know Mike has another engagement he has to get off to. So I just want to make sure that we kind of give the floor to Mike here a little bit. I'm sure Poe, Bart, and I will stick around for a little bit. But Mike. Kind of now's your time to shine, man. If you got you won't be here for final thoughts, so take it away, Mike. It's your show for a few minutes here.
Oh, cool. Thanks. Yeah, I want to kind of share that on the FX pinball. What game is that I got to try? You guys were playing the Star Wars game, so I know like Rebels. I played that. And I really liked that one, and I was just kind of wondering. I saw Mandalorian. I played that, but it didn't look like the actual table I played before. We have a Mandalorian table at my mall, and I think it was made by Stern, so a little bit different. But I like that table a lot compared to the which one is it? The Zen one. So anybody interested? They actually have a Mandalorian table. It's made by Stern, and also. Another thing too, I got to play Metallica, the pinball table, and Iron Maiden. And one of the things that kind of bothered me, I know I showed you guys some screen clips of it, was that they didn't have the table set up right, so it was kind of leaning towards the right. So anytime you pop the ball up, the ball would kind of go right all the time. And then another thing too, Greg, you probably know this, like the flipper on the right would get stuck up on the up position sometimes. So I don't know how they would be able to fix that problem where it just gets stuck like that. So I had to kind of hit the table and then it popped back down again.
Yeah, it's a solenoid. It's a solenoid issue. And most of the time, and I could get into a story, I don't want to take your time because the local pinball place here just the pinball machines are horrible. But most of the time it's because they're not cleaned properly. And and ours is for home use only. And I think Bart, when he came to visit, he'll tell you I'm anal about that thing. I mean, I'm out down there with the Windex and the cleaner, and I'm taking the glass off and cleaning the playfield. And if I see anything on there, so 90% of that I would say is And the only other thing I was going to say real quick is I almost bought that Mandalorian Stern table when I got the Stranger Things. Well, it's only because they had a 3-month wait on it, and I got the Stranger Things right away and got a better price on it. So yeah, the Mandalorian Stern table, great table.
Yeah, that's definitely a fun table. I do like that one. But yeah, I got to play those machines, and then what was kind of unfortunate, they had another pinball machine. It was the AC/DC one on the left, and apparently somebody did a number on that table because it's not working. I was kind of looking at the play field, and it looks pretty banged up, like scratched. Maybe like what you were saying, they weren't taking care of it, or maybe the ball was causing it to scrape on the board or whatnot, because the play field looks scratched. And I'm just like, wow, why don't they just, they don't want to have anybody play these tables, go out and sell it, or like at least take care of them. That was the only thing that was kind of like bothering me when I went to my other mall. It was in Vancouver, and he had these, they only had the 3 tables. I'm like, wow, AC/DC looks trashed. And then, yeah, and then what was it, Iron Maiden starting to get there. But the Metallica one, I guess that's a new one because that seems to work. But still, no, they didn't adjust anything. It's just drifting. Both those tables drifting towards the right. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. If for those of you like wanting, because it kind of gave me an idea. Like if I ever want to pick up a pinball machine, I'd probably lean towards digital more. But even though I do like the actual pinball machines, but there's a lot of what seems like a lot of maintenance you got to do to take care of it. Yep. Yeah. If you don't have time to work on your pinball machine, you might as well get digital. That's all I got.
Well, just a couple of things before you got to go. I'll say just real quick to answer that. First, I want to make sure that everybody knows not solid state pinball. If I'm talking about my area, their stuff's pristine. They got a person that works full time down there keeping them clean. I'm talking about this little local one that has 2-3 pinball machines, and I just went in there and I said, "Oh my God!" And the ball got stuck in there, and I thought the guy would take the lock bar off and remove the glass and get the ball.
Yeah.
He just picked up the end of the table and shook it and dropped it on the ground. And I said, dude, do you got the key to this? I could get that out for you. He said, no, that got it. And I thought, dude, I paid $1 to play this game and you tilted it. I mean, gee, many Christmas. And the other thing was it was filthy, but real quick, the only other thing to address on that is you know what? The Stingray is a single ball machine that I have. My other one is the Stranger Things. It's got 6 balls in it when you get a multi-ball. Those are the ones you got to change the balls in, because if you look at that ball, believe it or not, that ball is doing 60 or 80 mile an hour sometimes. You look at that ball when you hit it. Well, they hit each other. They get scratches in them, and I change those balls out about once every 2 or 3 months, depending on how much I play it. And I had a guy get all electric on me on Reddit when he saw me do it. I was waxing the playfield, which they tell you to do, but I had a waxy rag and I just polished off the balls. The guy said, "That triggered me watching you wax those balls," and I thought, well, we figure off easy for them. But my playfield, Bart can tell you, my playfield is pristine because I got that good Canoba, what do they call that? Canoba wax, that real.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Canubu or whatever.
Yeah.
All I got to say about that is if you do get lucky enough to get invited up to Greg's house and he asks you if you want to watch him waxing his balls and you're not in the arcade room, I would say no. That was a hard lesson learned, and Kelly regrets it to this day. No, but you do have a point, Mike, and I know you got to get going. But and Greg can attest to it as someone who I have my digital table now, and I have owned physical tables in the past. Greg has 2 of each because he's a dick, and but there is a lot of maintenance to keep.
You almost made the poor guy choke to death on his popcorn up there.
Over Redenbachers.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work and dedication. So to me, as when I owned them, and Greg can say the same thing because he spends a lot of time, it's almost not surprising. It's disappointing, but it's not surprising when you see places that the machines are crap because it takes so much work. And if they're not a dedicated pinball joint, they're like, well, I got those couple tables, but I'm here to do, my store does X, Y, and Z, and I just happen to have a couple pinball machines, and I don't have the time to dedicate to, maintaining them. When we went to the place in Phoenix, Kelly and I went to, there was a maintenance guy. He had 2 or 3 of the tables taken apart. You couldn't play because they were cleaning, and that's how you know you're at a good place, because you see him working on some of the machines. That means all of them in good shape, but it does take a lot of work. So
Solid State's always got the glass off one table. That gal that works down there, matter of fact, she's nationally known. One day I just turned on Twitch and was looking at pinball, and the same gal that works at Solid State been out to my house to work on my machines. She's the cheapest one around, and she's still getting, I think she's still getting $50 an hour to come out to your house to work on it. But she's good, and she's told me how to fix. One of those things is just a connector in the back of the Stingray. She said, if that ever happens again, just pull it out, stick it back in, wiggle it, stick it, and it works. And I've done that numerous times. But yeah, they are constantly working on this stuff, and they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's important.
Well, guys, I got to take off, but it's nice seeing everybody here, and we got quite a bit of people too. Like, nice seeing all of you. I got to take off though. See ya.
Well, hopefully we'll see you next week. Yeah, thanks for showing up, Mike. Good to see you, buddy.
Oh, you too. See you guys.
See you, bro.
See you, Mike.
See ya.
And hang on, he's still on. Don't hammer the shit out of him until he's going. Okay, now
That son of a.
I know once a week I like to wax my TV screen after playing on the PS5.
Yeah.
Playing pinball.
Oh, doesn't it cloud the screen? Oh, that probably explains your gameplay. Because it clouds. You take that wax back off.
I set that Legends Mini up on the bar just because I could. I'm still working on some. I've changed my mind 100 times on what I want to do on that. But I thought of you, Poe, because the way when I changed it, turned the screen around, the light, the ceiling fan above me, really did glare in the screen, and I almost said the sun's of my eyes because you were teasing one day. You said, literally, it wasn't the sun of my eyes, but the glare on that screen. So you do have to kind of be careful about where you put your, when you're setting up a game room. I'm sure Bart, even in your constraints that you got there, you still have to be kind of aware of where you're setting up stuff when you're setting up a gaming system. A gaming room.
And I'll tell you, that's one of the things. I'm usually one to jump right on the short jokes with Kelly, because anyone that knows Kelly's 5'0" and I'm 6'1". So, but she struggles at physical real pinball machines because at her height, the back glass puts so much glare on the tables. And then if you're in an arcade where they have game tables that are too close together, she can't even really lean to the sides because then the other back glasses are putting glare, and she has a lot of trouble seeing the. But I tell her, just carry a step stool with you so you can get up to the little kids' drinking fountain and stuff like that. But maybe she can use it. But yeah, she has a hard time, and just even on my little digital table that I built, which is barely bigger than half scale. I don't even think it's 3/4 scale. I've squatted down to Kelly's height, and it changes the perspective of the table and everything. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I kind of got behind on the posting up chats while we were talking there. So if anyone said anything important, you might want to repeat it. Because let's see. DJC Game Studios has a William Sorcerer pinball. I'm not familiar.
I want to get something off my chest, though, while you're bringing up those chats. You're doing your Williams Wednesday, your Marvel Monday, your Star Wars Saturday. And I forget which day it was. I think it was Williams Wednesday. I noticed you started a tournament, and I went ahead and bought that table on it, those tables on FX. You forced me to buy more FX tables, which I'm not really mad about because it's just a good excuse to get more tables. So I get all excited about that, and I play in that tournament. Of course, I do lousy, But then I see Star Wars Saturday's coming up, and I see that sale on Pinball FX, and I buy all those tables. And then I decide to really watch your video instead of just hitting the thumbs up and saying that looked nice. And I realized that toward the end you say, I'm not setting up a tournament this week. And you call me a dick.
Well, those two things are not mutually exclusive. Just saying. No, yeah. I figured it's tough to do, you and I, Greg, we have lots of time on our hands.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a little busier than we are. He tends to work 5, 6, sometimes 7 days a week, 12-hour days, long drives. So because I'm doing my shows, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, I got to do a 24-hour tournament or I can't do the next one. And it just doesn't give people a lot of time to play. And I figure most people that end up watching the video are after the tournament's over. So that's kind of a big reason why I decided not to do the tournaments. But if I get people that say, hey, I like the little 24-hour tournament, I could still do them. It's just, I just feel like, people would miss out on it because it'd be over by the time they had a chance to watch it.
No, perfectly valid point. Of course, I'm just having fun with you, but that's one of the things, though. I must say that personally, I do and everything you said is valid because you and I do have, you work the weekends and compared to these guys, and we don't have little kids at home. Poe doesn't have little kids, but he's still got a son at home, and Mike's got kids. But I like these short ones because when I set up these ones that last a week and stuff, here's how it works for me. My first 2 games are usually great in a tournament, and then I just turn to crap in a handbasket. And pretty soon I just think, okay, I can't beat that score. So then I got to wait the 4 or 5 days to see how big a score Champagne Room or Classic Rock King or one of those guys can get. Just, keep getting the score bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's kind of my deal.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like my first or second game are usually my best ones, and I just go downhill from there. Sorcerer is amazing pinball. It talks and
not to
taunts
put
you.
anybody on the spot. But you and I have been talking here for a little bit. Not to put anybody on the spot, but I just want to take and do this. I want to say, Mr. Postal, what do you got to say about that?
The tournaments I have fun with, but pinball is more of a newer thing to me. Definitely more of a console type person myself, but I am having a lot of fun doing pinball. You guys really introduced me to it more. Next week should be my Atari pinball video. I'll be doing Midnight Magic and Video Pinball 2600. So that should be a fun video to do. This week I went with 32X on my new video. Hadn't done anything Genesis in a while. So, but yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with the tournaments, but I haven't had a lot of time. Like Bart said, the 24-hour ones kind of get tough. Because when I get home in the evening, I have time to play like one thing, maybe for an hour, half an hour or something. So tournaments are cool that I can get something in real quick. But if I have something else going that night that I wanted to play, then it's kind of like I don't get a chance to get in on the 24-hour tournaments. So, but yeah, I'm having fun with it. But I'm also playing a lot of zombies now on the new Jedi game on the PS5 too, and then trying to squeeze in the 2600. The VCS, like I said, I got that in January. I really want to get around to making some videos on that, especially now with the new alien abduction game that came out. It's a lot like Hero, so I love Hero, like I said earlier. So I think I just froze up again here.
Only for a second.
Freezing up again. Yeah, Dredge. Yeah, tomorrow's Monday. I'll probably be doing a Dredge video. Monday. So.
I'll say one thing. I love your PlayStations. I don't need another gaming system. Lord knows I don't need. I got Epic. I got Steam. I got the Switch. I'm buying games on all kinds of stuff. But I'll tell you what. your videos, since you moved over to doing a lot of those videos on PlayStation 5, are absolutely outstanding videos. I got to give it to you. They just do your sound quality, your video quality, your gameplay. It all looks fantastic. I can't get enough about. And the GameStop out here, every time I go in there, the guy says, "Oh, we got plenty of them in now." And how much? Well, $600. Does that come with the game? No.
Yeah, the thing with the PS5 was I had been wanting to get my son one since it released, and we were getting a hold of a PS5 the first 2 years it was out. Finally, one became available. My son and I both went in on it together, to get one. And it makes it so easy to stream from there that and to get on and play something and just hit the stream button that kind of became the thing. I don't have to set up a tripod or do anything difficult to put that out there. So that's why it's easy to do. I'd like to do it a lot more with my VCS or the Switch or even my old consoles, but I got to set up a camera, the tripod, the microphone, and everything else. Where if I only have a half hour to do it, I can just turn on the PS5 and hit a button and go. So it's just a lot easier.
Sure. This week's tournament, I'm going to set up another 5-day tournament. Same way to find it, G Parker. I'm not going in the game room to set it up. It's not set up. As soon as this stream's over, give me an hour or so to at least make sure I got everything fired up, and I'll get one going. The password will be G Parker, all lowercase. I think everybody that's around here knows the tune and how it all works. We got to pick a table, though. And the only reason I got the Switch up, I'll set it up on my cabinet, but because it's got to list all the games on it. So we got to decide what we're going to play, guys. I'm going to throw one of my choices in. I'll let everybody throw a choice, let some people throw some choices in, and we'll pick from there. And where was the one I just saw that I really wanted to do? Somebody else take it away, Bart. Come up with some ideas. I lost the one I wanted.
Well, let's see. We did Whitewater last week, right?
Yeah, and that was fun.
So that was a Williams table. Did you want to switch it up and do like a Zen or?
Sure, let's do Zen. Okay, I've come up with one that I'm going to throw my suggestion out, and everybody else throw something different out. I'm going to throw Earth Defense out. For some reason, I have not played that one much, so I think it'd be good for me to get on one that I haven't played. Earth Defense is my choice. Anybody in the chat? Anybody can throw it in. My other two hosts here and chat, throw out a Zen for FX3. This is FX3.
Derek says Sorcerer's Lair, which is not a bad choice because people could get FX3 if they don't even have it. It comes with Sorcerer's Lair, so that's a free table. So everybody that has FX3 has Sorcerer's Lair. And it is a fun little table. I'm with Derek. I'm going to say Sorcerer's Lair.
Okay. Poe, you got any choices?
Well, we can go with that one. Like I said, everybody has it, so.
Poe's going to say Tesla. He's holding back, but he wants to say Tesla.
That was a fun one, wasn't it? Tesla was a fun table.
Okay, so far I've got 3 votes for Sorcerer's Lair. That's Poe, Bart, and Derek. I've put in Earth Defense. Anybody else out there? Anybody else out there want to throw it in the chat? Just throw out, the choices between the two now, Earth Defense and Sorcerer's Lair.
Yeah. The other good thing with Sorcerer's Lair, I think, is because you get it free in the beginning, but then you start buying tables, so you could go a long time without playing it. So it's there. It's a fun table, but I haven't played it in a long time, so it'll be fun to revisit it.
Okay, Champagne Room says do Lair, so that's 4-1. We'll give it just a couple more seconds, and then I'll make the announcement. Well, I think we got enough votes, don't we? We got enough votes? Okay, so it's 5 Sorcerer's Lair, 1 Earth Defense. I'm setting up the tournament in my name And it's my tournament, so it'll be Earth Defense. That'll work. I'm just teasing, guys. Sorcerer's Lair it will be. So I will set up Sorcerer's Lair this
Classic
evening.
Gaming jumped on your side real quick.
Huh? Oh, Classic Gaming?
He jumped on your side. I think that was one of those sympathy votes. He knew it wouldn't sway the election, but he could vote that way to make you feel he's smoozing up to you, Greg.
Well, he should. Well, he doesn't need to. He's holding his own on those tournaments. But no,
Yeah.
I'm just having fun. Now I will say this: I will try to be sympathetic to tables that are like that are more readily available. It's going to be a little harder doing. I don't think I'm going to do an FX table this week because I wasn't prepared, and it'd be too hard to go in there and figure out what I've got, and then I'd have to give you the code and all that stuff. I see advantages and big disadvantages to that. It's nice to have that code, but then it's a pain in the. I'll just say it's a pain in the ass too.
Right. It is.
And last week's, I swear, could you tell whether that was an I, an L, or a 1?
Right. No, I typed in a 1 first, and then I had to back up, and it was an I. I couldn't tell. So, but yeah, I'll tell you what, Greg. If you're going to do this Sorcerer's Lair table, here's a shameless plug. Tomorrow, when I do my Marvel Monday, I will set up a 5-day tournament on that Marvel table. Whichever one is next on my list, I'm just doing them in order, and it cracks me up because they're not in the same order on my table as they are on yours, Greg. And I've seen other people's selections, and they're in random orders or something. So whatever's third on my list on Marvel Monday, I will put up a 5-day tournament, so people can look for that. Check out on my channel, look for that video. If nothing else, just look for the tournament, and then you can stop watching and go watch something better than my piss poor playing. But so I'll do that. I'll set up an FX. This is on Pinball FX, not FX3. So I'll set that up. The code and everything will be there.
Okay. And I did some bragging on Post Style, but I will say this: Bart is putting together some real good. His presentations on these Marvel Monday and Marvel Monday, Williams Wednesday, and Saturday's Star Wars. Man, I'll tell you what, you guys need to check out these videos. And then you can watch. I'm doing a little series on the AtGames arcade net tables that you can get and pay for. But I mean, to me, it's one more station for somebody to play pinball when I have a party, and it's someplace for me to set my lazy butt when I want to sit down at the bar and not stand at a table. Comparatively speaking, they're clunky. The AtGames thing, we said on this channel and this show, we wouldn't criticize nor promote. The AtGames, it is what it is. I gave $50 for it. I mean, I consider it more of a toy, and it works, but it's clunky, and that's as far as I'll go with it. It has its issues. It pisses me off. Sometimes I just want to throw it out the window, and it probably wouldn't matter because it only cost me $50.
Right. Yeah, they're fun. They're fun for what they are.
But you've got the Gamer. See, I've got 3. I bought the Legends Ultimate because I wanted the cabinet. That's what got the whole room started. And then I bought the Gamer Pro because I like the dual fight stick. And it was $99 at Sam's. And then I think Walmart and even GameStop at one time had that mini for $49.90, which GameStop never puts anything cheap. Yeah. GameStop is.
Yeah, I almost bought one of them when they were down to $50, and I think for my Gamer Pro, I think I paid $139, and then like 3 months later they went for $100 at Walmart or whatever. But I'm happy with it.
Oh.
Chaos said on here he loves the AtGames. I have a lot of fun with it, and you just know you're not going to get some of those pinball tables aren't Zen tables, they're not Williams tables, they're not Stern tables, but they're fun. So it is what it is.
And I will say this: if you watch like a guy like Digital Victory, you and you and I are fortunate enough we were able to build our own cabs. But you take our good friend Digital Victory and look. If you don't have the time, the wherewithal to build a cab, but they're a pinball machine. You can take and add a PC to it, and man, you're playing Zen pinball on it.
Yeah.
Plus the stuff that comes with it, which is the arcade net stuff that I've been putting on my channel.
Yeah, that stuff interests me a lot. That stuff looks really cool.
Yeah. And then also talking about modding, Champagne Room, he has an arcade 1-up pinball, and he modded that out, and he's playing it with a PC, so he can play FX and FX3 and all that. And the cabinet's already built, and it's got the back glass. And so there are ways to do it without breaking out a circular saw and a tape measure and a paint bucket. But yeah, it's
and Digital Victory, she's got a beautiful setup too. If you look at his computer, he's knocked it out of the park with that setup. If you watch his channel, he's got RGB lights and all that stuff going on. It just dances.
All the sound activated lights and stuff like that. It's pretty nice setup, but yeah.
Well, a lot of cool stuff going on. I'm sure there'll be more sales to come. I'm still excited to see what happens, and I'm sorry for this. For who was it? Classic Rock King. Is he still in here? I think he was wanting to port his Epic games over to the Steam, and I saw you gave him the information, but I'm afraid he might be late. But you know what? If they'll let you still submit that, I would still try it.
Yeah, I went to the founders. It is still online. You can still go and fill it out. Now, whether or not they'll accept it, I don't know. But it's still there. But officially, the 5th was the last day to put in that founders form. So
before I get to Derek, I want to say this. I filled out that founders form and I put down the wrong code because I looked at a number that was on the bottom left of my screen, didn't hit the little cog for settings, and then so I had to submit it twice. So I hope, I just submitted the wrong code. There was some number down there I didn't read properly, and so I submitted it twice. But I'm hoping I'm going to make the switch. Play on words. I'm going to make the switch to the Switch.
Right.
Because I'm going to try to figure out. I think I can hook my Switch up to my cabinet and make it work. So I don't know what we're going to see. I'm always.
Oh, good here. I see. No Swear Gamer bought Alien Abduction, and he loves it too. That's excellent.
Yeah, awesome.
No Swear, did you make a video about that yet? Just wondering. I have a video gameplay made up. I haven't done an introduction or anything yet. So I'll be getting that out this week. And I love the game.
And tell me
it earlier.
Right?
The No Swear Gamer has a great channel, and you need to check his channel out for sure. And also, I know the Atari Creep was in here. He has a VCS as well. I don't know if he caught that earlier about Alien Abduction being out now on there.
The No Swear Gamer, can you put a link to
check it out if you like Hero? Check out Alien Abduction.
Let me see if I can put a link to No Swear Gamers. If he doesn't mind,
I'll
put a link.
Excellent.
Let me see if I can. Oh, he put it on your destination, so I can't alter his.
Oh, okay.
I can't click on it and let it take me to his channel. But also, Derek asked a question about what was the coin. I'm not sure what you're asking me, Derek, on the coin ops topic.
Oh, yeah, we didn't really talk about any. Well, Mike talked about playing some actual coin op pinball at a place. So, but it wasn't coin ops. The not the coin ops like the installing all the ROMs and stuff like that for your act games. I wonder if that's what he's getting at. The coin ops.
I think when Mike Poe and I got together and talked about a name for the channel,
that was last year. It was just a name we played around with if we ever got a show together for all of us. We used to be part of something else, Retro Family, and then we were going to come up with another show last year. And so Coin Ops and Consoles was one of the names we kind of threw out there for a possible name of a show.
Well, everybody seemed to like it. You know, we're going to talk about coin ops, like coin operated games, console games. And the only thing, since Bart and I kind of started this thing, go around, we're not the original ones from the Retro Family Group, but Bart and I talk so much pinball, so I just threw on there coin ops, consoles. And of course, on my channel, I just call this the show. I'm one of those guys that likes simplistic stuff. This is the show. The show of shows. Coin ops. So, yeah, I thought you were maybe asking me something about coin ops on my @games, which that's another whole story in itself.
Right.
Well, I don't have much else to discuss. Again, don't forget that it's going to be Sorcerer's Lair. It will be G Parker, all lowercase, and look for my G Parker. Search for it under G Parker on the deal, because I'll set it up on Steam. But you should be able to cross-platform it with the others.
Right.
Does Epic even have FX3? Epic does not have FX3.
I don't think so. I don't think it does, but I'm not for sure about that, but I don't think so.
See, I tried that again. I tried to log my one pinball machine on to Steam and my other pinball machine on Steam, even though I wasn't playing the same game. And if I try to log in 2 computers from the same account, it won't let me.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
So that's why I decided to keep the way I'm doing with one on Epic, one on Steam, because now people can play the Williams table over on my other machine on FX, and they can go and somebody can be playing the Williams table over on the other machine, or any of those FX or FX3 tables. So to me, it seemed advantageous to.
It makes sense. It makes
I had to
sense.
make it
I would
bang.
do the same thing if I had 2 digital tables.
I'm gonna bring this up here. Oh, sorry, wrong. I guess. Okay, never mind. Wrong feed. Disregard. Greg's being stupid.
Here, we can't watch that again. We'll fall asleep.
That was a great video. Well, that's all. I'll tell you what. That's all I got. I'm going to give it time with final thoughts, unless you guys want to continue on. But Poe, you want to give some final thoughts?
I know, it's just great to get back together again, even though I don't know, last week I had a great connection. This week it was terrible. I don't know what happened here, just bad signal. Might be the rain. My Wi-Fi signal out across the yard here was bad. But I want to thank everybody for showing up. Had a nice little showing here. So another good show.
We love being able to get the group together, and it's fun. And I think you only locked up a couple times, but actually your video feed and the audio has been great. So no worries. Bart, what do you got?
Yeah, well, echo what Poe said. It's always good to see people. Look like we had a good turnout. I do want to say one other thing I didn't talk about very much in the normal part of the show, but I have been getting back into VR, and I got the new the Quest had some good releases on May the 4th. One of them was Survival Nation. I bought that game, and it's kind of a survival horror type of thing. So you got quests you got to do, but there's zombies out there you got to shoot. Poe reminded me, because he's been playing his zombie game, and that reminded me I wanted to say it. If you go to my channel and look, I put up a video of my Survival Nation a little bit. Gives you a little idea what it's about, but even more importantly, if you don't want to watch my video, at least go on there, and in the description below, there's a link that will get you 25% off the game. So anyone who's watching this and is interested, if you have a Quest 2 and you want to play Survival Nation on the Quest 2, there's a link for 25% off. It's $30 for the game, so that's like a $7.50 for my math is correct that you would save. So it's pretty good. So check that out. Check out Poe's videos. He's putting out great PS5 videos almost 2-3 times a week. It seems like he's playing the zombie game, the Star Wars game, and then Kelly's favorite Dredge. She gets excited every time I turn on a Mr. Post on, then she sees it's not Dredge, and she goes in the other room. Which is a lie, because our whole house is one room, so she can't escape. But and of course, Greg's putting out a lot of videos too. So make sure you check those out. And I'm looking forward to it. Mike's not here anymore. I don't know when his next video is coming out, but it's going to be good. That's all I can tell you about that.
Yeah.
So back to you, Greg.
Yeah, I want to reiterate. First, I want to thank all our friends for showing up tonight. I want to apologize. Since we're cross-platform, I'm getting used to this, or cross-channeling. I do want to thank all the people that showed up in the chat. I was going to try to share some of those, but I do love. I can't from here, depending on which channel we can see everybody's chat, no matter what channel you're on, which is great news. It's great knowing that if you're on Poe's channel, there's just certain things I can't control from here. But I want to encourage everybody not to just show up to my channel, not to just show up to Bart's channel or Poe's. Spread it around. Pick the channel you like, the person you're used to. I noticed that it looks like quite a few of these people are coming over from your channel there, Poe. So it's kind of nice. It's No Square Gamer. Want to thank you for showing up. But yeah, Mike's putting together some good great video content. Mike's not putting out a lot of quantity, but when he does put out something, it's really edited good and got a good information for you. So
Yeah. Excellent quality videos. Yeah.
Whereas I put out a lot of quantity, a lot of crappy quantity, just because I got time to put it out. But anyway, I've been doing the at-game stuff. I've been doing the FX pinball. Sometimes I'm behind the 8-ball. I told everybody how to change the back glass on their pinball FX, and then Bart says that's been out for 2 weeks, Greg. So but a lot of fun doing stuff on our respective channels. Then this Sunday night thing, I think is going to be a blast. That we had a great show. I think at one time, I don't know, I saw at least 20 people in my little eyeball thing up there. So I think it's working pretty good for us. So, but that being said,
I do want to throw in, Greg, going along with what you said, like No Square Gamer. I also noticed, I think from Poe's channel, the Atari Creep is here, and it's good to see you. I'm sure you came from Poe's channel, and I'm just going to say right here, Poe was saying good things about you just earlier today. I think in one of the chats, someone mentioned the Atari Creep, and there was a little conversation about his channel and how good it is. So it's good to see you here, and I'm sure you came in because of Poe, and that's cool. If you like Poe, we like you. In spite of that, we still like you. No, so that's good. Anyway, back to you, Greg. I just wanted to mention it because I saw him scroll.
Yeah, I think we were talking about him today when we were at work in the Discord today. I think it was around lunchtime. Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, look at there.
Okay. Well, guys, with that being said, we've been on an hour and 18 minutes, and I think I usually like to keep it an hour, but I'll tell you, it seemed like we had a good chat going, everything going good. I think it's time to say goodnight, and I'm going to let the credits roll. You might stay and enjoy the credits, and when the credits are over, we won't be here. So we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.
See you later.
Have a good night, guys.